All right, we got our Articat Blast rear bumper install. Stock bumper is riveted on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 rivets. We're gonna have to drop the skid. So if we can strap it and lift it up, or use some jack stands to be able to get this up, so we can drop the skid, so we can get these rivets out behind this drop bracket, and that will get our back stock bumper off for the install. All right, with the stock back bumper off, forgot to note that there's a couple more rivets here on the underside of this flange or bent piece, so those need to get drilled out as well to get that stock front bumper off. And then we can slide this bumper in after. If your machine has this, some machines don't have these 2 rivets up top, but there's 2 factory rivets up here that actually hold on absolutely nothing. Same thing with up here, not sure what those are there for, but we'll take these out. This is kind of part of our design, so when this front aligning hole lines up with the front bolt, this will cover and we'll be able to rivet on through these, but these rivets need to come out first. So drill, push those rivets out so they're out of the way, and then we're ready to start fastening this bumper on. All right, so once those rivets are out up here, we can get the bumper in place, and these come partially pre-drilled, nothing along the bottom edge though. So these front holes are aligning holes. So this will be the first one we're gonna put in. So either you can use, we're gonna put in the hardware packages some stainless bolts for up here. We always recommend bolting the front and at the back of all of our bumpers. And if you don't wanna bolt this front section, we're gonna have an extra rivet, so you can just pop in a rivet and you don't have to open up this hole. So we've already opened this hole up for 1/4 inch with a 1/4 inch bit so that we can bolt this. The rest of our rivets will be 3/16. So we're gonna loosely bolt the front section on each side, and then we're gonna get some wood clamps and line this bumper up, fasten this so it's nice and straight, and then we're gonna drill a 1/4 inch hole on the back section of each side, back on this side too. Once you have it nice and straight, and we can loosely bolt back here as well. So the front will be the bolt from the inside out with a black flange nut. And on the rear, it will be the same stainless bolt, number 4. The bolt will go in though, and then there'll be some washers and some stainless nylock nuts to go on the inside of the tunnel. We'll get that loosely bolted, then we're ready to start riveting. So we got our bolts back here. Washer and nut on the inside. Just barely snugged up. Same thing on the front. Bolt in from the back side. Flange headed black nut on the outside, barely snugged up. And then we're gonna go onto from the inside and drill out both of these on each side. And we'll start with popping those rivets in. Once we get those in, we'll work our way front to back. So we'll start with this one. We'll go up here. We'll do all of our top row, and then we'll come in from the back side. There's a few pre-drilled holes. So depending how they line up, yeah, they don't really line up in a great spot. So I'm gonna center punch, and I'm gonna drill on each one of these gussets and pop a rivet in there. It'll look better and be stronger. All right, this side's all done. So we've started up front, and we got these top 2 plugged in first. I started with this one. This one actually is a little bit thicker. It ends up going through the back plate, so got to drill through a little bit more material on that one. Riveted that one in, and then we went and drilled this top row of rivets, and then we started center punching and popping in some rivets. So we drilled one in here, kind of as close as we could get to the back of the running boards, and in the center of all the truss work and one more in the center here. And then we went and tightened up our front and our back bolts. And I'm gonna go repeat on the other side and we will all be finished. All right, it's all done. Lowered it back down, drop a Loctite, put the bolts back in, tighten that up. Bumpers on. Got good hand clearance. Nice streamlined bumper. Easy to install.